Hello, everyone. This is Never School of Foreign Languages Topcast. Today we're going to talk about red flags on a first date. First dates are important because they create the first impression. Sometimes small behaviors can show us a big warning signs. These warning signs are called red flags. So today we're going to discuss about that. First dates are exciting but also stressful because you're trying to do understand the other person. So I want to start with this question. What is the biggest red flag you notice on a first date?
For me, it's definitely money behavior. I think the way someone handles the bill says a lot about them. The man must pay the account. I'm not saying one person has to pay, but if someone refuses to pay and at the same time brags about their money, that's the red flag.
Yes, I agree. It's not about being rich or poor, it's about attitude. I once heard about a guy who said on a first date, if you want, you can pay your coffee. He probably thought it was funny, but it sounded arrogant and unnecessary.
Exactly. Humor is good, but it shouldn't make the other person uncomfortable. I think showing off is always a red flag. When someone keeps talking about their salary, their car, or expensive thing, it feels like they are trying too hard.
But let me challenge that a little. What if they are just proud of their success? Is that automatically a red flag?
That's a good point. I think it depends on balance. If they mention it once, okay. But if the whole conversation is about how amazing they are financially, then it becomes narcissistic.
Narcissism, I think that's one of the biggest red flags overall. If someone only talks about themselves and doesn't ask you questions, it shows they're not really interested in you.
Yes, a date should feel like a two-way conversation. If I leave the date and realize the other person knows nothing about me, that's bad sign.
Another red flag for me is physical boundaries. If someone tries to touch you too quickly, like holding your hands or putting their arm around you without clear consent, that's uncomfortable. I think if he's my man, yeah, he can touch me, but we are talking about first dates, so he's not my man. um, in the first date, anybody can touch me without permission.
Yeah, I completely agree. Respecting personal space is very important, especially on a first date. Both people are still getting to know each other.
But what if someone is just naturally affectionate? Some cultures are more physical. It shouldn't be too sincere, it shouldn't be too far.
That's true, but even then, they should read body language. If the other person look uncomfortable, they should stop immediately. Exactly. Communication and awareness are key. Another red flag I have noticed is being overly familiar, like using nicknames too quickly or speaking in a disrespectful tone.
Yes, or making inappropriate jokes. Sometimes people try to be funny but cross the line.
I think that shows emotional immaturity. On a first date, you should show your best, most respectful version of yourself.
What do you think about someone's past? Is that a red flag topic?
It can be. For example, if someone talk badly about all their exes and say they were all crazy, that's suspicious.
Yes, because it shows they don't take responsibility. No one is perfect. If every relationship ended because of the other person, that's a pattern.
That's such a good point. Accountability is important. If someone admits their mistakes and shows growth, that's actually a green flag, I think.
I also want to talk about excessive compliments. Compliments are nice, but too many compliments on a first date can feel fake.
Exactly. It can feel like love bombing. If someone says, you are perfect, or I have never met anyone like you, after just 1 hour, it feels unrealistic.
Yes, because they don't really know you yet. Real connection takes time.
But some people are just expressive. Do you think we might sometimes misunderstand kindness and manipulation?
Maybe I think again it's about balance. A few genuine compliments are sweet, but if it feels overwhelming or too intense, it's a warning sign.
So it seems like most red flags are about imbalance. Too much ego, too much physical contact, too much flattery, too much negativity.
That's true. Healthy behavior is usually balanced. Respect, listening, honest. Those are green flags, as it should be.
And I think one more important thing is how you feel after the date. If you feel drained, uncomfortable, or confused, that's feeling matters.
Yes, sometimes your intuition notices red flags before your brain does.
So, to summarize our discussion, red flags on a first date include bragging about money, disrespectful humor, ignoring physical boundaries, narcissistic behavior, blaming exes, and excessive compliments.
And overall, respect and balance are the most important things on first date.
Exactly, definitely. A good first date should feel comfortable, mutual, and natural. Also, harmony is very important.
Thank you, everyone. That was a really interesting discussion. This is Never School of Foreign Languages Topcast. See you next time.
Çekin oldu bu sefer. Oldu. Oldu.